So Denise, we've covered the 7 principles, but there's really kind of a secret principle, the
kind of
8th
snuck
principle.
that one in, yes.
But I love it the best. I mean, these are the handful of companies who don't just do a couple of these right, or maybe 1 or 2. They really seem to be able to put all 7 in place and really create their brand as a business model.
What I've observed is that great brands don't just cherry pick 1 or 2 principles, but they actually implement all 7 of the principles as an integrated, kind of indivisible whole. And this brand as business management approach is fundamentally thinking about and using and applying your brand very differently.
That's interesting. So were there any particular standouts or things that you saw in this brand as a business model that particularly jumped out?
Well, you know, I think Starbucks, people point to Starbucks as a great brand for many reasons, but I think if you go through all 7 of those principles, you'll see excellent execution on each one of them. And I think that that's also a demonstration of the power of how each of them feeds off each other and really creates this great identity for Starbucks.
You know, I have to admit, every time I went through one of the 7, I could find a specific example, whether it was starting inside, and that one I thought about when they closed all the stores and spent the time retraining baristas.
Yes.
When Howard Schultz came back, I mean, I just thought that, and I went through all of the 7, and I could find a very specific example just from my limited exposure to them of where they've done a great job with each.
And you know, I think that, for example, they do a lot with their baristas in terms of, you know, they just recently announced that they were going to be providing college tuition for them. That's the kind of never having to give back, but creating positive social impact by doing something at the core. Let's help our employees become better people, and that benefits everyone.
I even noticed a small one the other day. I was in a Starbucks and I noticed that one of the things they've kept are the little community bulletin boards where you have all the funny little things that people have tacked to them that really give it the feel of a local coffee house. And it's a small thing, but somebody's paying attention to that.
Great brands sweat the small stuff.
They sure do. And in fact, they end up sweating all 7, I've found.
Yes.